Alright, what's up everyone? I'm here with the second part of my Metaphor video commentary on Road. And if you watched my previous video, this is Japan versus the United Kingdom. As you can see right now, my 200mm rocket launcher just got hit by the enemy 50 Churchill, and it's lost its cover. So I'm sending a guy over to get it the hell out of there because I do not want to lose it, as it is a very expensive unit. Just out of the game for a second, I recently got Sony Vegas. I got it, downloaded it, so I don't know if it'll be any better than Windows Movie Maker, which is Windows Live Movie Maker, which is what I'm using right now. I might be able to get higher quality. Although, anyway, as you can see there, I just blew up his Jeep in a whole bunch of infantry with the 200mm, and that really showcases the power of the 200mm right there. But yeah, I don't know from now on. I might be able to upload in 1080p, but we'll see. That might take up too much space. Anyway, the enemy just got a Daimler armored car on the right flank, and I'm really worried because he could easily destroy my 200mm. When my ally's quick Nick, he turns around his Chi-Ri heavy tank that he just bought, and he actually destroys it with the hull-mounted 37mm gun instead of the main gun. Yeah, I never thought that would be such a useful feature, but it really is. You know, the Japanese heavy tanks have a 37mm mounted in their hull, which is a really useful addition. So yeah, the Chi-Ri is basically the equivalent of the Tiger for the Japanese. It has a very powerful 80mm gun and pretty thick armor. At this point, I notice the enemy has a Sherman. I don't have any tank guns anymore. They all died, so the only thing I can really do is take pot shots at it with my rocket launcher. And my ally seems to have lost his Chi-Ri seems to have lost a track or a component of some sort. And then you probably noticed earlier, I bought a Hago to send to the right flanks so that they don't call in any more Tetarks. So my rocket disabled the enemy tank's main gun and the track, and there the Chi-Ri destroys its hull, which is quite good. The flag right now is at 89%, or is it, sorry, not 89, 40%, sorry. So capturing is going pretty well. My 200mm is doing pretty well. I'm moving over my Hago so that they don't send any more Daimler armored cars in. Just telling him to turn that way, basically. He does that. Go back to the middle. Tell my 200mm to look for any targets of opportunity. Notice on the left flank, there's a 20mm Operon, but that's too far out of range. My ally's moving up some infantry into the middle flag. That's good. I really wanted him to do that. And I'm also moving in some infantry as well, as you can probably see. Doesn't look like they have any armor up, so at the moment, shit looks pretty good. I mean, infantry are in position. The flag is capping more. I don't see any enemy threats except for some AA guns on the left flank. I mean, moving up some guys. But then I see the enemy vehicle on the radar, and I notice that there's another enemy Firefly. Uh-oh, this is not good. That could destroy my ally's Chi-Ri. So I have some riflemen on the hill there, a few riflemen there. So I order my riflemen to throw Molotovs on the enemy Firefly. Unfortunately, though, these Molotovs don't have any effect, so that they just burn harmlessly in the enemy's hull and don't set the enemy's engine on fire. So he just ends up not really doing anything. If I remember correctly, I launched my 200mm launcher there, as you can see, at the enemy Firefly, and attempt to catch him off guard. I kill a few infantry, but I don't destroy the vehicle. My ally has a Chi-Ji, and I'm actually moving up my Hago and then attempt to get a shot off on its rear armor. Although I don't know if the Hago's 37mm even has enough power to penetrate the rear armor of a Sherman. Although I'm sure that Chi-Ji would be able to. Anyway, I fire another 200mm rocket and then attempt to hit it or DD track it. I noticed that he's moving up his Firefly. I do not want him to blow up my Hago because he easily could. My rocket has no effect. My ally brings up his Chi-Ri on the left flank there and gets a nice side hit, which crushes his hull, which is very good. Worried, however, because there's another enemy tank on the hill straight ahead, and he loses his turret to a side shot from that Churchill there. So my ally's smart. This time my ally's smart enough to pull back his Chi-Ri, unlike he did with his Chi-To, so he's not going to lose it. Again, thank goodness. I noticed another enemy tank on the right flank, but it seems to have disappeared. And then I noticed an enemy Centurion. This is bad. The Centurion is pretty much the most heavily armored tank in the UK's arsenal, with the 17-pounder and very thick armor. Only the Chi-Ri might be able to challenge it with its 88mm, but the Chi-Ri can't really take hits very well. I then noticed that there's another enemy. Another enemy Firefly. I tried to take a few pot shots out with my Hago, but it doesn't have enough firepower to. I then launched a 200mm rocket at the enemy Centurion again, and then attempt to hit it. rocket should be coming down in about a second or so. He pulls it back though just in time, and it kills a few commandos, but doesn't have any effect on the vehicle. I then buy another 75mm AT gun in an attempt to destroy enemy tanks if they wander too close. My rocket launcher is almost reloaded, and I'm about to take another pot shot at the enemy Centurion. So I launch the rocket. It's on its way. I notice that there's the enemy tank is moving up on the right, the Firefly. My Hugo is trying to shoot, but it can't hit. The rocket that I launched has no effect. There's my anti-tank gun. And then my Hugo gets shredded by the Firefly's 50 cal. See, the Hugo is such poor armor that even the 50 cal can destroy it, which I find really, really stupid. Then I notice a Daimler coming up on the left flank, and on the right flank, the Firefly is still menacing, so this actually looks quite bad, as there's now commandos moving in on the point. The flag is currently at 94%, so at this point, I'm really just concerned with pulling down the point. Except that I notice he's moving in an AA Crusader, twin 20mm, could easily chew up all my infantry. So at this point, I'm starting to get really worried. I launch a rocket off, and boom! That fucked him up. I blew up an incoming jeep and an entire squad of infantrymen, as well as stunning the enemy AA Crusader. The flag is now at 100. It's basically at 100% now. But just as I was about to win, they get infantry on the point. Oh my god! And that reduces it. However, they get mowed down by my ally, which happens to have a Type 100 vehicle there, and my ally is now moving in his repaired G-Reap. So a rocket lands and it blows up the AA Crusader's hull, and the enemy's Churchill lost its main gun. So now, at this point, it's basically a rush to the point to get as many infantry as on to finish the cap at which we started. My ally gets his hull crushed by the enemy Centurion, but at this point it doesn't even matter. It's a mad rush to get infantry in the point. I send some assault infantry over as soon as I can, move my 200mm out of the way, and yeah, basically they have vehicles coming all over the place. There's a Daimler coming to the middle. Oh no. And there's a whole bunch of vehicles on the right to boot. Oh no, but then, yeah, remember, vehicles can't capture points, and the Japanese flag is flying high. Good game, victory. Oh, and my kamikaze there. See you later.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. There you'll find the latest updates from our premier directors and the Machinima Respawn team.